Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here with Carmen Roig, who is Senior Vice President, Marketing and Sales for Crystal. And we're here to talk about what's new with Crystal today, and there's a lot, believe me. And this is Insider Travel Report. Now, Carmen, we just had a press conference here at Sea Trade where we learned about the latest in Crystal. And the first thing is you've just announced the renovation to Serenity that's upcoming this fall that's going to match what you just accomplished on Symphony. Talk a little bit about what's going on with that ship with Serenity now.
Well, we're very excited, James, about the reimagination of Serenity. So we did it already on Symphony.
Right.
And on Serenity, really the main goal is to ensure the capacity is going to be reduced and allow us, we were the last luxury player that still had traditional main and late seating. This will allow us to have waterside, which is the new reimagined Crystal dining room, because that doesn't really do it any justice. It really is a waterside restaurant. And so now we'll have really open seating, so everybody can dine with whom they want, when they want, at their leisure.
And you also have a few other dining options that you added.
Lots of dining venue, because when you're going to open seating, obviously the challenge is open seating, so we need to be flexible. So we're actually, our former Lido Cafe will become the marketplace during the day. So that's absolutely phenomenal, just like you're used to, but then at night it becomes churrasqueria, so it becomes a Brazilian steakhouse. Then we're also doing where we normally have taste now, we're actually creating Silk. So Silk is really Chinese comfort.
Yeah, and I've always said there's no Chinese restaurants at sea, but you're going to have one.
We're making it happen. But then don't forget, Silk Road, which is, we still have the only Nobu at sea, will now become Umiuma. So
but still with Nobu, right?
Still with Nobu, with his chefs, his standard of service, which is beautifully aligned with Crystal, obviously.
Now, you're also going to have, you're redoing a lot of the suites and the penthouses too, along the lines of what you did with Symphony as well, right?
Correct. So on this particular vessel, on Serenity, we'll have 2 penthouse suites and then 36 penthouses. They'll all be redone, so you'll look at a much more modern feel, still the comforts of home, but also showers, so expansive spa-like showers, which is a little different. So when you're in the penthouse suites now, you'd have, by the way, it's the veranda deck that we're converting, so deck 10, and so you're looking at not those bathtubs, so it'll be more of a shower, more contemporary. By the way, that is exactly what our clients have been asking for.
And I think you've also reduced the number of guests on board, right?
Correct, so you're going from 1070 to 988, so it's actually a big reduction in size. Serenity was larger than Symphony, and so Palm Court, by the way, which is my favorite place on the ships, will also get redone, so she will have an absolutely gorgeous, contemporary, airy feeling. It's a huge, beautiful observation area, but it will also have intimate spaces. And then Stardust. I'm very excited about Stardust, because it'll have a functionality not just by day, but by night, and we'll have special events there and dining events there as well. So it really opens it up to more of the entertainment. Space is a big thing on these ships. I mean, we're a luxury brand, but space is what our guests want, because it's big ship feel with the luxury attention to detail.
Well, it's a lot of stuff going on that'll match Serenity with what you've done with Symphony so far. We're looking forward to that. But you also have other news about another ocean-going class that you're going to be introducing in a few years, right?
Very excited. So 37 years in this industry, I'm an ocean girl. Absolutely love my ocean.
We won't tell you Riverside. Okay.
No, you know, Walter, Little John, our managing director, he's used to it, because we love river and we've done it great, and we're in yacht, as we'll talk about. But ocean is what it's all about. It's the DNA and essence and ethos of Crystal. So we also talked about, how we've evolved. And so the newest and latest is really adjusting what the size of the next ocean class ship is, right? So we had originally said it was 100,000 tons, and it's not. So now we're doing...
I hadn't heard of a 100,000 ton luxury, but you're not going to have that? You're going to have how much?
You've made my point. So in luxury, right? So here we are evolving Serenity and Symphony and actually reducing guest count, right? And capacity. Why would we do bigger on the next class of vessels? So it's 60,000 gross registered tons and about 800 guests, no more than that, all suites. So that's a change, and we've actually said it's Crystal Diamond class.
Right, and no more residence that you had originally planned, right?
For now. Really, residences is an interesting thing. It doesn't mean it's off the table, it just means for now, we really need to do research. I think we need to study what the market wants and what our guests want before we make that kind of a commitment. So for at least for the first Diamond class, residents are off the table.
Has anything else been announced about the features of Diamond class?
Well, I've seen the behind the scenes
You can just
drawing.
tell me.
I can't. I just can't. Not yet, but it wowed me. It wowed me. And we're just starting. You know, the thing is, when you're building these ships, I think we saw that with Endeavor today at the press conference. You know, you say you're going to build something and you have a certain vision of what it looks like, but then it evolves as you get around the room with stakeholders, and you want to make sure that you're exactly creating what makes sense for the brand in the regions and for the brand extension. Same thing happened with River.
Well,
so I think it's about being flexible.
Let's talk about that endeavor and the yachts that you have. You'll have this polar expedition ship that's coming out in 2020, I believe.
Debuting in 2020,
right?
correct.
And you now have a little more extensive detail about what's to come with that, right?
Right. So we just did the press conference. Obviously, the drip campaign. We'll know it'll be 100 suites, 200 guests. We talked about 2 helicopters with 8 passengers and 1 submarine. And literally, when you look at Expedition, we wanted to ensure that Endeavor had the same kind of features that our Ocean class has. So it will also have a palm court. It will also have a cove. It will also have Chef Nobu at sea, right? Umi Uma. Same thing with Waterside. It'll have vintage room. So it's going to have the same kind of features that we have on Ocean, only we bring it to Expedition. So again, keeping with that essence, DNA, it's what our guests want. Our clients are ambassadors.
But you'll also have a submarine, I understand, and 2 helicopters, right?
And 2 helicopters, so both. Because again, it's Expedition, and it's really about the Expedition experience. It's adventurous. Our guests have been asking for this for quite some time, so I think it's just about time. And it's a very popular, as you know, right now, Expedition is very, very popular. People want adventure.
Yeah, and you're also going to continue on with Crystal Esprit, right?
Oh, my Esprit. Yeah. She's like my little unsung hero, right? 31 suites, 62 guests. She's an absolutely phenomenal boutique little experience. It's like having your own private yacht. I always say yachting isn't cruising, and we're sourcing about 60% new to Crystal and skewing the demographics younger, which is really the goal of expanding into River and into the yacht expedition world, is really to hopefully feed them into our Ocean eventually.
Yeah, well, and you mentioned younger, and apparently you're also getting a lot younger guests, as you said, on the rivers, and that's another area where I believe you're going to introduce a new ship coming this spring, right?
Right, actually 2. So we're bringing in Crystal Debussy and Crystal Revel. So both of them are coming online. That'll bring us up to 5 river ships, and we have done an amazing job of being able to replicate that Ocean experience on the river and bring true luxury to the river, which, by the way, didn't exist before. I mean, and by the way, luxury like beauty in the eye of the beholder, but our guests have come on because at this point, our Crystal Ocean guests are doing river. They were doing it with other brands, but they've asked us to bring those hallmarks and pillars of Crystal to the river, and we did.
Yeah, well, I know that you've been getting great reviews for your existing 3 ships you have, and now you got 2 more coming on, and it is skewing, which is surprising because River does skew a little older, but you're getting younger.
We're getting younger and new to Crystal as well, which was also surprising because before we listen, this was all very measured, and we did a lot of research of our own Crystal Society members. So we took the data from them, why we started this brand expansion, not for the sense of expanding, it's to be able to ensure that our guests are still in the embrace of the Crystal brand across all of these brand experiences.
Well, Carmen, it's a lot that you've just filled in. A lot is going on at Crystal today. Definitely focusing, really looking at the Ocean side, getting those your existing ships really renovated and beautiful and new, and of course the new class of Ocean, and then yachts and rivers still to come, right?
Exciting, very excited. Thank you, James, for letting us share really what the future roadmap to success and profitability is for us.
Fantastic. Well, Carmen, great to see you again.
Thank you.
And I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.